And I think if you're playing on console, especially, which I know a lot of people do play on console, like it does feel like it's been designed with you in mind. And I think we're sort of hoping the PC players are fine with it. They're not really. Hello, folks. Welcome back. Football Manager is not officially out. The beta, though, has been released. And some of you have been playing it. Now, as a creator, I've got two roads to go down. I either say how terrible it is, and I convince you all that I'm right, and it is terrible, or I tell you how great it is, because that will earn me more money, is what I'm being told. Now, I come from a kind of unique position in the content scene, in that I'm established, but I sort of took a year off. And I took a year off because FM22, 23, and 24 felt like the same game. And this is not the same game. And also, just because I wanted to change didn't mean like I have to like whatever I'm served. Now, I think objectively, there are some elements of FM26's beta, and FM26 as we probably know it, that are pretty good. So let's talk about some of the things that are pretty good. This screen, I think this screen is better than the previous home screen. Now on to the bits that aren't so good. No, I'm joking. See, I think this side of the game is generally better than what it was before. Graphically, it does look a lot more advanced than what we had before. I still think it's not perfect. I actually think it comes down to two things. This is better if you're not used to playing loads of video games, which sounds really, if FM is the only game you play, this is a huge advancement on the only game that you play. If you play other video games, I don't think this graphically is like a huge step into 2025. Like, it's just better than what it was. And they couldn't exactly go worse. Well, then again, regen phases. But some of this that you're seeing, like in front of us, like it does objectively, like, that's cool. This screen, on the other hand, is terrible, isn't it? And that sort of is a microcosm of the entire game. I'm trying to see some post-match data. In fact, it's taken me to more highlights. Trying to see anything, like, at the end of a match is not good. And at the moment, we've got a beta, and yes, it's a beta, and there'll be people in the comments going, just wait till November the 4th, Ben, before you give your overall take. I'm going to, but we've got to talk about what's been given now. In the last few years, we've had early access. We've actually not had a beta. They've decided the game is in such a good state that they can class it as early access. That basically means the game is ready. You can play it if you like. We had a release date, but if you want to play it early. This is called Advanced Access Beta, which means there's access, but it's not good access. And there have been a lot of bugs posted on the forums, over 1,000. Some of those will be repeat, but still over 1,000. Over 1,500, let's just say over 1,500. And that's a lot of bugs to deal with in a very short space of time before November the 4th. To fix all of those and hope they don't have knock-on effects to other areas of the game, that's a lot to deal with. And there is absolutely a viewpoint that you shouldn't trust anything creators say, because we get to play the game early, we get access to Football Manager, they give me a game code, and they pay me thousands of pounds. Okay, actually, one of those isn't true. They don't pay me thousands of pounds. They can if they like, they don't though. And am I influenced by my access to Football Manager? Not really, no. A few years ago, I made a video with Zealand, Lelujo, Wet the Space. We did another one with Loki Doki as well, where we talked about Football Manager and the state of affairs of Football Manager. And I might do another roundtable if there's a desire for that. And we talked pretty honestly and openly about some of the things we didn't like about the game. We also talked about some things that we thought had to be in the game. Graphics was a major one. UI was talked about. Making it easier for new players was discussed. Like, we discussed a lot of the things that have, like, the game has then moved in that direction. That's only because we sort of knew they were on the way at some point anyway, because they'd done blog posts telling us that. This has been a process that has gone on for the best part of half a decade. They haven't just gone, well, there was no FM25, there's now an FM26, that's 2 years. No, that's not what happened. Like, Unity was talked about long before, women's football was talked about long before. This is lots of things that are in this game now have been talked about for a while now. And this is where it comes to. This is the truth of the matter. Has it met your expectation? I think for most people, it hasn't. And I actually think being told by Miles Jacobson that, well, once you've played 20 hours, once you've played beyond the point in which you can refund it on Steam, then it's good. Can I refund it now? No. Oh. And I don't think that because you've got muscle, like, I have muscle memory for lots of games, it doesn't mean I then not know how to play any other game. I don't necessarily think that I just have to play 20 hours and suddenly, like, oh, everything's easier. Knowing how something works doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it must be better then. That's just me learning something. That's not me going, oh, this is intuitively better. I've got 20 hours on the game. I don't think it's intuitively better. I think it's cumbersome. And I think it's confused. And I think we're working towards some console design and some PC design. And they're butting heads, frankly. I think that's where we're at. And some of the design choices are baffling. I'm going to make some videos over the things I love about this game and some things I don't love about this game, but I'll do that on November the 4th. That video will come out once the game is out. And I know they've settled on these choices because that's the fairest thing to do. But man, there are some things that are really, really confusing. And listen, I have no issue with if you hate the game, you're allowed to hate the game. If you love the game, love the game. But I've done a few polls on Twitter, and I think 80% of us are like, I want to love the game. This bit's making it really hard to love the game. And then some of us are like, I don't want, this is not what I want, but I love Football Manager, so I'm going to play because I've missed this. And I think a 2-year break, it's come back and everyone's gone, well, this is going to be perfect. This is going to be fine. We're all going to be okay. This is fine. Relax. There's a game again, and we're kind of like, we're battling through a bit. It's like going on holiday in bad weather, isn't it? It's like going, well, I'm on holiday, so I'm gonna bloody enjoy this, but I hate having to carry a brolly around everywhere. And then occasionally there's a hailstorm, and by which I mean training. Like Football Manager, let's be honest, it's always going to be a game that is value for money if you play it for the hours that are suggested. I've bought 40 quid games for like when on the hype of that game coming out, then I've never touched it again after 10 hours. So, you know, maybe that's just a bad financial decision on my part. But Football Manager has never been that game. And to get the best out of Football Manager, let's be honest, you do have to plow hundreds of hours into the game to really like immerse yourself in the game world that you're trying to create. And Football Manager are giving you the tools to create. Interesting tools. So if you're asking me right now, where is it at? We're at like a 6 out of 10. Like this beta right now misses a lot of quality of life functionality. It misses the mark on lots of different screens. I can't work out if the console design team have made this and then gone to the PC guys, right, make that for PC. Or if the PC guys have gone, we've made this, can you now make it work for console? And then they've changed loads of it and not thought about the other side. That's how it fits. Whether that's the case or not, by the way, I don't really know. That's just how it feels when I play it. And I'm looking at it now. And I'm just looking at it. And I'm just going from screen to screen and watching this weird fade transition every time. But then if you go to bookmarks, everything is like, again, sort of a fade transition, depending on whether it's got a pop out or if it's got a screen. And why are there pop outs? I don't know. I don't really know why there's pop outs for everything. I don't know why things pop out. I don't know why this is a pop out. And then when you go into this, like it's then not a pop out. Now it's a full screen. And I'm not complaining for the sake of complaining. I'm certainly not moaning. Like, I'm trying to be constructive with Sports Interactive. I've tried to be constructive. Obviously, you now know I had some alpha access. Like, there's been conversations that have gone on. But it's like, once they've made design decisions, they're not going to revamp this screen. They're not going to go into like a player profile and go, okay, we're going to completely change the way this works. And yeah, we've also had an issue as a community, as a PC community especially, for a long time with the UI of Football Manager, because we always demand fucking skins. And this year, they just ain't skins. We've actually been told that like Football Manager are going to have to release the tools for people to create skins. They're going to have to release the tools for people to then redesign what they've spent 2 years building. Oh, or longer than 2 years. You decide. But we saw some of the screenshots for FM25. Jesus Christ. Like, just to remind you, we could have had this. At least we've got this. Do you know what I mean? Like, blimey. So like, I want Football Manager to be a great game. And I think that's where I'm at right now. It's not a great game. This could be a good game, and currently it's an okay game. That's not enough for me, really. It doesn't mean I'm going to go away for another 8 months. Like, I want to change. I'm going to play. I'm going to have fun playing. Football Manager as the game is like the conduit for me to create content, have fun, do streams, do videos, and that's all fine. Right? I've got some big plans for YouTube content. Hopefully you're going to watch some of it. I've got some really fun things to do on stream as well. I'm basically doing Road Trip again on stream. I'm doing some really fun stuff on YouTube, I think. And so I hope you're going to enjoy watching that regardless of what is being used to make that stuff. Let's just make some fun videos. I don't need the game to be good, by the way. I need the game to be fun. Like, I've got a jingle to play. Like, if I find a bug...
I found a bug in FM26.
I know,
the match
listen,
won't start and the code's a mess.
Turn it down
the
a
crowd's
bit.
deposing.
I know people hate AI slop, right? AI slop is like, people hate this, but I found a bug in it. Like, do you know what I mean? I found a bug. Now, some people hate like AI slop, but I think that's quite funny. So as long as it's being used in good nature. I've also got one for if we fix a bug. So this is really a cool time. If you've got issues, folks, get them on the forums. Bug. And again, yeah, so that's where I'm at with content, with streaming. We've got to try and find. It's been 2 years. I took a long break, and I'm back, and I want to have fun, and so I'm going to have fun. If you want to be part of the fun, cool. If you want to be angry, be angry. If you want to be like a little bit overly excited, be a bit overly excited. But let's try and make the best of the game. It's a new game. It's not a continuation of 24. It's a new game. It's a new game. It's a new game. It's a new game, right? Right. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I am, of course, curious. And, yeah, how are you feeling at the moment? The beta's been out for a few days. We've got about a week and a bit until the 4th, where it officially launches. Lots to do. I've also made a video over on DoctorBenjy where I talk about some of the fan reaction to everything and how, like, people are split into different places, and anger is very much a part of that. So yeah, you might enjoy some political commentary, which is a little less formulaic like this. I fixed a bug.